Hello friends, today we are discussing feedback devices. Position feedback devices, linear transducer, a device mounted on the machine table to measure the length, actual displacement of the slide in such a way that backlash of screw motors would not be cause any error of feedback data. Rotary encoders, a device to measure the angular displacement. It cannot measure the linear displacement directly so that the error may occur due to the backlash of screw and motor. As you can see that the shaft rotation can be measured by the slots and the encoder disc through light source. Here you can see that the x-axis is the time and y is the photocall of single pulse. These are the velocity feedback devices. The actual speed of the motor can be measured in the term of voltage generated from a tachometer mounted on the end of the motor shaft. The voltage generated by the DC tachometer is compared with the command voltage corresponding to the desired speed. The difference of voltage is used to actuate the motor to eliminate the error. Display units, interface between the machine and the operator. The display unit displays the position of the machine slide, spindle RPM, feed rate, part programs, and graphic simulation of tool path. Here we can see that the interpolation method of a program. First one is linear interpolation. Let's see what is linear interpolation. Straight line between 2 points in a space called linear interpolation. Circular interpolation. Circular arc defined by starting point, end point, center of radius and the direction of rotation called is circle point. Helical point. The circular plus linear motion called helical interpolation. Parabolic and cubic interpolation. Free-form curve using higher order equations called parabolic and cubic interpolation. Circular interpolation, as you can see that the approximation of curved path in NC by a series of straight line segment where tolerance is defined only the outside of nominal curve. As you can see that the outside tolerance is there and actual curve is the middle side. The straight line segment is approximation to the path of between outside tolerance and actual curve. Circular interpolation, approximation of curve path by NC by a series of straight line segment where tolerance is defined on both the inside and outside the non-medial curve. The straight line segment approximation inside tolerance and the actual value is defined to deviate the process of inside nominal curve. These are the machine axes. Machine axes are established according to the industry and standards report by EIA RS 267A. Here you can see that the right hand rule of linear motion. As you can see the horizontal axis of x-axis and vertical axis of y-axis and inclined axis of z-axis. And rotation of c-axis, w table axis, v-axis, b-axis and a-axis moment is there. How we can define the configuration of axis movement from the right to left of the face of the machine. Here you can see that the x minus is left side and x plus is right side. Y minus is upward side and y plus is downward side. Here z axis downward side or z plus is upward side. These are the dimensioning system of coordinate system. Here we can use the two method of programming is there. One is absolute programming and second is incremental programming. In absolute programming, we are using a coordinate system for single start point, whereas in incremental, the value of x-axis and starting point comes early to next point comes to 0.